Welcome to my October wrap-up. Happy Halloween if you celebrate. It feels like yesterday, literally yesterday, I did the September one. And I remember being so excited doing the September one. And I was like, no, I have to do another? What are you talking about? Oh, I am back once again. I got an appetizer in my cutesy Harry Potter cup, because I thought Halloween-y. It is only 4 o'clock on October the 31st, so I still technically could finish the book, but I'm not. I'm gonna order a Domino's and I'm gonna watch some films. In fact, I might even watch Harry Potter. This month was not my best month, to say the least. It's definitely one of my shortest reading months, and I was in a reading slump for a good 2 weeks of it, which is amazing. And I wouldn't say I'm fully out of it because the last book I read was not good, but we'll get into that anyway. I read 10 books overall. 3 of them were physical, 7 were Kindle, 3 of them were romance, and 7 of them were like romantasy, fantasy, sci-fi, but mainly just fiction. But there was no other category to put it under, so that's the category it is. I put it as. My average rating was 3.8. My shortest book being 52 pages and my longest being 516. Overall, I read 2,096 pages and I bought 20 books. I fear I need to put myself in a book buying bag. I have bought so many Christmas books, it's not even funny. I better be pulling these Christmas videos out of my ass or I'm gonna be so pissed. I'm gonna be so pissed. That's my overall for now. Next, I'm gonna do my October TBR. If I read them and if I didn't. So my October TBR was My Dark Ever After, Corrupt, Six of Crows, Divine Rivals, and Quicksilver. I already read one of them. So starting off my month, I read the Scared Sexy series for a video, and I'm not gonna go too much into it because I feel like I talked about them before. I started with Hot for Slayer by Ali Hazelwood and rated it a 4.75. It is a vampire / vampire hunter romance, and it was so good. 100% a reread. Also, my short story ratings, they are 1 to 5, but for short stories. Like 4.75, that's crazy high. It would be crazy high anyway, but I mean that as in it's that high for short stories. Like, they get different rating systems. So it starts off with Ethel and Laszlo going through time, him trying to hunt her, she escaping it every time to the present day, and something goes down and he ends up being there and he ends up getting amnesia and he has no clue who he is really, and basically he doesn't remember where he lives. So she's like trying to explain to him, we are not friends, like I'll take you somewhere and whatever, and he's just like, I don't remember where my house is. So he ends up staying with her and it just goes like that. It was so good and I loved it. I will 100% be rereading, and I've already recommended it to my sister, and I will recommend it to anyone who listens to me talk, basically. The next one was Fallen by Christina Lauren, and I rated that 4.45. This one was so short. It was, I think, 56 pages, and it was basically one scene at a party and then like just a one-off scene on them getting along. It was really, really short. It didn't have the same beginning, middle, end story plot feeling that Hot for Slayer had, but it was really good, just like in the moment type of book, and I really enjoyed myself. Moving on to Spicy Little Curses by G.T. Geisinger, and I rated it a 3.25. At first, I rated it 4.25, and I actually said that on the video, but now thinking over the books, it 100% needed to be knocked down a star. I think it was just like, I was in such a happy mood that I was rating it so high, but now thinking back and how the story went, it wasn't good. It didn't flow smoothly. It was just, there was so many flaws in it. It was crazy. It really was, now thinking back, so I don't even know how I rated it that high. And honestly, 3.25 is a little crazy for it, but I'm giving it that. It was a fun time. Like, the plot was there. There was like the romance side of it was not good. The characters were not good, but it was a fun time. It was really creative as well. So you gotta give credit where credit's due. The next one up is Space Vampire by Ruby Dixon. Oh, anything by Ruby Dixon, give it to me. I rated it a 4.55, but honestly, Hot for Slayer and Space Vampire could be 5 stars. Like, honestly, I love them. I will be rereading them till the day I die. Anything Ruby Dixon writes, I'll read. It was 77 pages, so shorter than Hot for Slayer, but it still had the plot, the characters, the world building, and it just moves so smoothly. Oh, she can write a story. And also, how cute. I don't know if you can see. How cute. We're not going to look at my writing, but how cute is that? The book starts off with I'm trying to figure out how to word it. I'm trying to figure so hard out how I could word this without saying like and so many times. But it starts off in a space lab where they create warriors and like monsters. They just do a bunch of testings out there, and someone is paying for this monster. So the last message that was sent goes unresponded, and they're like, what the hell has happened? Cut to her chapter. There's warning signs going off, monster on the loose, whatever. She ends up getting out and no one's there. All the space shuttles are gone. There's just one missing that's been broken and it's not charged. She hears that another person's on there and she's like, oh my god, haven't you heard? We've got to run. There's a monster on the loose. And shock horror, he turns out to be the monster that they were running from. So they end up becoming like friends. Like she realizes that he's actually really nice and he doesn't want to hurt her because she's the first person that's been nice to him. Such a good book. If I can recommend any, please read this book. I love anything by Ruby Dixon, but please read this book. As they get closer, she starts coming up with a plan on how they're going to be able to leave this place, because she's like, they're going to come back for us. They're going to keep doing testings on him. She's going to still be the pet. So she figures out how to fix the shuttle, and it's going to take a week to charge. So they're stuck up there, just them, for a week. You can guess what happens, and it just goes like that, and it's so good. For such a short book, the feelings I felt for both them characters, I literally could have cried for both of them. Like, perfection. Chef's kiss. I recommend this to anyone, again, who will listen to me speak. They are my top two, Hot for Slayer and Space Vampire, if you couldn't tell. I honestly think I may move up the Space Vampire reign to the same as Hot for Slayer. I may make them both 5 stars at this point. It's so good. The next one in the series was Beautiful Nightmare by Katie Robert, and this was a short one. It was one of my shortest books. It's 52 pages, and it was so good. It's a space paralysis demon, and it's her first time going off. Like, they're trying to test her to go off on her own, because if you don't succeed in doing it and feeding for yourself, then you get sent off to this unknown place, and it's like terrible, and you just disappear. Like, you don't know where you go. Like, no one knows what happens. And my girly pop was not cut out for scaring people, and she tried so hard to scare him, but she's just so cutesy. And I don't want to say anything because it's like literally the whole book, because it is such a short book, but it was so amazing. Again, I recommend this. It was in my this is the 3rd one down. It just so good. I loved it. And lastly, in the Scared Sexy series was My Boyfriends Are All Monsters by Kimberly Lemon. And again, this was one of the short ones, 52 pages. I was just so confused. It got, again, this was a 4.25, but I'm taking it down to 3.25 because this was joint 5th with Spicy Little Curses. I'm not honestly sure what the plot was. All I know is that the main character's best friends was so funny, and I was laughing the whole time. But I honestly couldn't tell you what went down. But the vibes were there. That's it though. I don't really know what to say. I don't really know what to say after that. Then I moved on to Corrupt by Penelope Douglas, which, yay, was off my October TBR, the one and only, because I'm really never ever good at doing my October not just October, but TBRs in general that I set myself every month. I rated it a 4.5, but I'll stand with my 4.45. I hate Michael Christ with my whole heart. It did not give, I've been wanting to read them books now for like 3 years. It didn't give the vibe I thought it would give. I wouldn't say I hate him, but I don't like him. It got that high rating for Kai and Gray Wilson, or is it Wilson Gray Wilson? What is his name? I don't know, but I just had a complete brain fog, like completely. It's still a high rating for me because me personally, I love Penelope Douglas's writing. I do. Honestly, any book written, I'll read it. I don't care. It could be the most craziest. It could have literally all 1-star ratings. I'll read it. I will. I don't care. Any book, I'll read it. And I'm so excited for the next one because it's coming back, so I'm 100% reading that because it didn't slow me down. It didn't. Although this actually was when the reading slump hit. It hit me hard here. Next, I went into Fractured Constellations, and I've never heard of this book before. I rated it a 4.5. And it 100% would have been a 5-star. If I read it in a short amount of time, 5-star. I had the spice, I had the characters, I had the plot, it had literally everything. It's a girl who is now again sick, and they don't realize like how sick she is. They just think the mum's a golden. Oh, okay. No, I just really, you have no clue what I'm talking about. Missed out a key point here. Starts the book, she finds out that she has her illness has come back again. They're gonna be in debt, they haven't got the money to do it, and they're struggling. Literally 3 days later, her mum's engaged to, like, really high up. He owns a business that works on treatments and stuff. So the mum and the man, I completely forgot his name and I don't care to ever learn his name, they end up getting married and they move in with him. And he has 3 sons. The sons at first aren't nice to her. Like, they say some mean stuff, but honestly, they more than make up for it. More than make up for it. They are so perfect, and they treat her like that because they're like, oh, gold diggers, like, coming in, coming out. And as soon as they find out they're ill, literally the most perfect, like, everything she could, it was just so good. The vibes were there. Oh, I'll recommend that again to anyone who listens to me. That deserves a higher rating. Now I'm thinking back, now I'm not as in a reading slump. I want to reread it just to rate it a 5-star. Oh, I had such a good time. Next, I moved on to my highest rated book of the month, which was Mate by Ali Hazelwood, 5-star. There was a girl on my TikTok shorts and she was like, it isn't as good as Bride and whatever, and before I got to reply, she deleted it. So I don't know if she meant it or whatever, but I almost didn't read it. I'm so glad I read it. They're just so funny. He was so sarcastic and she was amazing in every aspect. Like, the way she acted is how I would have acted, so I loved it. And she wasn't annoying or anything. And off the top of my head, I don't think we had any breakups or anything like that either. The plot twists I was not expecting until they were like literally in my face. Did not expect it. So I had a great time. Lastly, I finished it today by force, which, if you couldn't guess, is my lowest rated book. And that is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I rated it a 3-star, and I think that was very generous of me. And if it weren't for our main Jeannie, I think that's what I've been pronouncing it as, so that's what I'm gonna pronounce it as. If it wasn't for Jeannie and her brother, it wouldn't have got that high rating. And Hazel, it would not have got that high rating. So here is just like some little notes again. We're not looking at my writing. This was just like each page. I was like, ugh, another thing he's done. Write it down. Leave. What would have made it get a higher rating, maybe a 4, maybe a 5, was if the second time, I repeat, the second time he claimed he was better but isn't apparently, said we shouldn't be together, and she was like, fine, because you've got some serious stuff you need to work on. If she actually left him, started the book over, and then dated someone else, or you know what, don't date anyone. Go home to your brother. Like, honestly, oh, I just... He literally was giving man-child, like, Cry Me River. Honestly, I want to say it's not his fault. Literally made up characters. Literally got that. I just think it wasn't well written. Like, I didn't feel anything for him. I felt stuff for her because she actually kind of gave human and whatever, and I had more time with her. But every single time it got to the man's perspective, I can't even remember, Logan's perspective, it was either about his nan or about his ex. Every single time. So I don't want to have to put a spoiler or whatever, so I'm just going to try and pivot around it and try to get you to pick up what I'm putting down. But basically, he gets publicly left and humiliated in front of the whole town, basically. And I just think therapy straight away. Try that. Give that a good go before anything else. And he just had no personality. He was boring. He was boring to me. I couldn't tell you one thing that was interesting to him. His friends didn't even seem that. It was so not well written. Like, even the small town vibes, like, I really loved it. It was like, the only reason I could picture was because of Gilmore Girls. Something that got me to say how badly this was written. And I'm not a snobby reader. I'm not. You give me one good vibe, 5-star stamp. Like, I could count on both my hands, because I'm going to be generous, like, of books I didn't like. And I've been reading for a long time. You could spell every single word wrong. My friend's dyslexic. She can barely speak. I understand, like, no judgment for me. Like, I can't write. I'm not doing any better. But when literally the writing was like speaking to a 5-year-old, what is this? And then I kind of got used to it, and I was like, yeah, cool, whatever. I don't know if I got used to it or it just changed. But she said on page 280, for the second time, he's breaking up with her to be like, you don't even know me. And he doesn't. And they've already said, and in his head, he's already like, oh, I love her. Like, I want to tell her I love her. Like, I'm not going to let my ex in the town bring me down. Do you know how annoying you sound? That's how annoying you sound. Like, oh. I also wrote down, if there was so much miscommunication, I could never ever give it a high rating anyway. And there was no chemistry. Couldn't tell you one thing about what he looks like other than a beard, and oh my god, and don't even start me off. I skimmed every single smutty scene, whatever. I skipped it. Like, I tried skimming it, whatever, because I was already pissed off of him, and I was like, he doesn't even deserve this. And he literally was trying to dirty talk her. He couldn't even look her in her eyes. He put his head into her neck because he couldn't look her in the eyes. It's given man-child, it's given gross, it's given never pull that stunt on me again. Don't do it to me. Also, I don't know what she did, but I said I didn't care for... Oh, actually, yeah, I know what she did. I just don't care for Annie. I don't think she was welcoming. In the first chapters, I was so excited for Annie, and I think it's going to be Mac. I think that was his name book. I was so excited for it. It seemed so flirty and fun, like enemies. But Annie was just annoying. So annoying. Like, and then on literally one of the last things, on the last chapter, she was like my second home, talking about his home. You don't even act like close friends. You just act like someone who's all up in his business, and he's like hating on people being up on his business, but then it's like, you have no right to hate on anyone up on your business. Like, what even was that? Hazel's book? I'll admit, I love Hazel. When she slapped him across the face, thank y'all. Thank y'all. Yeah, I actually will be reading the Cinnabon bookstore, whatever. I don't actually know what it's called, but I'm reading it just because I read the back and it's Hazel's and I own it, and she deserves all the reading she can get. Ginny deserves so much better than him. I honestly hope that they break. They're not even happily together. Like, in the book, they're not even happily together. Like, they're not even living together or anything. Like, what was the point of the epilogue? That she moved into an apartment so she settled down. I hope while she's settling there, she actually finds a man who actually wants to be with her and who treats her right. Moving on anyway. Feels like I've been here forever. And now I am moving on to my November TBR. Why do I do a TBR every month? I was about to say I don't know, I do know. I mainly do it simply for the fact that it takes up room in my book journal and my spread and it looks cute as fuck. So I do it. Starting off with my November TBR is Sin as a Tone. It came out this month. I've been waiting 3 years for this book to come out. Why haven't I read it already? Because I was in a reading slump. And I didn't want to give it a low rating just because I was in the reading slump, because I've been waiting for Gabe's book for so long. But Twilight, haven't got to read it yet, and I'm holding on to the hope that I can still read it this fall. Also with fall, I got If It Makes You Happy. I watched Kendall's full reading and I bought it literally that exact same second. She literally was crying to it, so I bought it. Next up is the Cinnabon bookstore, because like I said, Hazel and what's his name, you know what, I will be able to read. I pray it's a good book. We could be having the same rant literally in a month's time. We'll see. And my last book on my November TBR is Quicksilver. Was this on my October TBR? Yes. Did I read it? No. But Kendall on her Patreon had it as an option, clicked as the option to read his book club, because I was like, such a thick book to get through. And no, it doesn't look it, but it feels it, because it's hardback and all. It's on her Patreon book club. So I'm reading it in November, and I'm actually going to have to read it now. So that's my November TBR. We'll see how I do. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I didn't. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.